welcome to the SyncForge and welcome to this in-depth walkthrough of the ServiceNow Core user interface. If you've ever felt lost in ServiceNow or you're constantly searching for the right module or wasting time clicking around, you're not alone. Today in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to navigate the Core UI like a seasoned admin or developer, saving you hours every single week. We'll explore every major feature of the UI, breaking down what it does, why it matters, and how it helps you work smarter inside the platform. By the end of this video, you'll move through ServiceNow at lightning speed. Let's dive in. At the very top of the screen sits the banner frame. So this is the banner frame, right? Think of this as the command center of ServiceNow. It holds menus, search, notifications, and your personal user option. In the center here is the content frame, which is like your workspace. And on the left-hand side here is the application navigator. This is your main menu. So whether you're an end user logging an incident or an admin configuring the system, the banner frame is always visible, keeping essential tools within reach. So on the far left is the ServiceNow logo, and clicking on this logo takes you back to the home page. Now, as an admin, you're going to configure this and put your organization's logo here. But whenever you are on the platform, when you want to get back to the home page, just click on this logo and it brings you to the home page. Then next we have the All menu, or also known as the Application Navigator. This is your gateway to every application and module available in ServiceNow. Now you can expand modules by clicking on this arrow here to see options like dashboards, knowledge. If we go down and expand the App Engine application, we can see Creator Studio, App Engine Studio, and so on. So it's comprehensive, but to save time, you can mark this icon here. Now if you hover over any application, you can see this star icon next to this pencil in a box icon. If you click on it, it adds this application to the favorites tab. Favorites tab gives you a quick access to applications and modules you've added to this tab. Now this is the application engine, the App Engine application we added to the favorites tab. This appears in a dedicated section, so you don't have to hunt for them. Whenever you are looking for any of your applications you've added to this tab, you click on the favorites tab and you see the application. Now note that you can also pin this to your content frame. You can pin the All menu to your content frame. You can also pin the favorites tab to your content frame, right? Then we have the history tab. Let me unpin this. The history tab automatically tracks what you've recently opened, making it easy to jump back into a record or form without having to retrace your steps. But note that by default, this only shows the last 30 pages you recently visited. So the history tab allows you to go back to pages you previously worked on, right? And you can also pin this to your content frame. Then we have the admin tab. This provides a quick access to system configuration and management tools. Now this is where admins can adjust branding, manage roles, and fine-tune the platform. It's a shortcut to the behind-the-scenes controls that keep ServiceNow running smoothly. But note that this only appears if you have the administrator role. Then we have Workspaces. So if you click on these three dots here, it opens up the Workspaces tab. Now, these are dedicated spaces tailored to specific roles. For example, like the HR specialist, the IT service agent. This provides the tools for handling cases. Workspaces consolidate lists, dashboards, form into a single streamlined experience, reducing clicks and helping users focus on the tasks that matter most. And this is also role-based. So depending on your role, your role determines what you see under the Workspace tab. Then we have the Contextual App Pill. Before I go to the Contextual App Pill, we talked about favorites and how to add applications to your favorite. Now, we said when we go to the All menu and we hover any application, we can select the star icon next to the application to add to the favorites tab. Now, another place where you can add a page or application or module to the favorites tab is through the Contextual App Pill. Now here we can click on this star icon to add this to the favorites tab. Let's open incidents. Now, when I type incident in this search bar or this filter space, it brings out every application or module with the word incident in it, right? Next, I'll click on incident. And this opens up in the content frame. So here in the Contextual App Pill, we can now see that it shows incident view self-service. So this lets us know where we are in the platform. This is a very powerful feature. It shows you exactly where you are in the platform, and it lets you add applications or pages to the favorites tab. It shows you which application you are currently working on. Next, we have the global search. Global search is a very, very powerful tool. Here you can search across for records, databases, applications, incidents. For example, if you have this incident number, let's copy this and let's click on the ServiceNow logo to go back to the home page. And I want to search for that incident record we just saw. Putting it in a global search, it pulls out the record, and then when I click on view results, it opens the record in the content frame. Now, if I want to search for Windows, for example, let's type in Windows and click on view results. It pulls out everything with the word Windows in it on the platform. So it says 43 results for Windows. So anything that has the word Windows, it pulls out that result. So the global search is a very, very powerful tool, and it's a very good productivity booster. It's smart enough to search across the entire platform, and it saves you time and reduces frustration. So instead of drilling down through menus, you can just type your keyword to instantly find records, users, or knowledge articles you are looking for. Then next we have the application scope. So I'm going to click on the ServiceNow logo to go back to the home page. Then we have the application scope. Application scope is a defined environment where you build and make changes to the app. It allows developers to work and make changes to the app in a dedicated and isolated environment, and it ensures that the changes are isolated to the right scope, preventing accidental impact on other parts of the platform. Now, this is critical in maintaining stability and avoiding conflicts between different applications. Now, we have two types of application. We have the global application and the scoped or named or private application. So, global application, changes made in the global application affect everything in the platform, and users can access those changes, or users can see those changes or access any record or data or application in the global scope. But if it's in the private scope, it can only be accessed by those with permission to access that particular scope. So that's the difference between the global scope and the private scope or the named scope. Beyond navigation and workspace, the Core UI also includes collaboration and analytics tools, which brings us to the Sidebar Discussion. The Sidebar Discussion is a powerful collaboration tool. You can have real-time discussions with your teammates or colleagues while working on projects together. Teams can chat directly inside the platform while attaching conversations to specific records. This keeps communication contextual, and it ensures that you don't have to switch between email or move out of ServiceNow to clarify issues. Everything is done. Every discussion is done in the Sidebar Discussion. This is a very powerful collaboration tool. Next, we have the Page Analytics. Page Analytics lets you track how users interact with pages, showing usage, performance, and behavior. This helps administrators and developers understand which pages are most visited, how long they take to load, and where users encounter friction. With these insights, organizations can identify bottlenecks, optimize workflows, and improve the overall user experience. These features make ServiceNow not just a workflow tool, but a collaborative and data-driven platform. The Show Help option, this icon here with the question mark. Now, this option provides contextual guidance. For example, if a catalog item has a variable that might confuse users, help text can explain what to enter. But by default, this text is collapsed, but users can expand it when they need instruction. You can also browse the product documentation and provide feedback. Then we have the notification. This bell icon here is the notification. This keeps users updated with system alerts, approvals, or tasks assignments. And instead of relying on email alone, notifications appear directly in the UI, ensuring you don't miss important updates. You can also configure how you want to receive notifications by clicking this gear icon, right? So here you can configure how you want to receive your notifications. Then we have the user menu by clicking on this profile picture here. This is the user menu. This is your personal control center. From here you can update your profile, adjust preferences, access keyboard shortcuts, advanced options. You can impersonate users, you can elevate, you can print friendly versions of records or articles or whatever you want to print from the platform. So clicking on profile, here you can change your user record or set your password. Right? You can change your user record or you can set your password here. You can view linked accounts, You can view subscriptions here in your profile. You can also change how you want your UI to look. You can customize your user interface. Here we have display. You can set your theme, your accessibility. You can also configure how you want to receive your notifications from here too. You can debug, and you can set language and region. What language, your date and time format, what language are you using, your time zone, and your user experience. Next, you can also go through and see the keyboard shortcuts available to you. Next, you can impersonate. Now, impersonate user is a very powerful feature, as it gives you the ability to log in as another user and see exactly what they see. Now, if a user comes up to you and says they're having a challenge, impersonate user lets you log in as that user to see exactly what they see, so you can troubleshoot, you can test, you can debug. Very useful feature. Now, to use this, you click on impersonate user. You select the user that you want to impersonate. Let's say you want to impersonate Beth, and you click impersonate user. Now, this takes you to Beth Anglin's user interface. So you'll be logged in as Beth Anglin, and you can see what Beth Anglin sees, and you can test, troubleshoot, and debug. Very useful feature, impersonate user. Then we have elevate roles. Elevate role gives you higher privileges to perform specific administrative tasks. Now, there are some tasks that you need higher clearance or security clearance to perform. As an admin, you come to your user menu, click on elevate role, select security_admin, click update, and you can make those changes. And then to go back to your normal admin role, you come back to your user menu, click on elevate role, unselect the security_admin, and click update, and you return back to your role. Now, to know that you're on the elevate role, if you select this and look at your user icon here, you would see an arrow, and this arrow lets you know that you are on the elevate role status. This arrow here lets you know that, oh, you are now using you've elevated your role and you're using the security_admin role. So to go back to our role, we'll click on elevate, unselect, and update. Next, we have printer friendly version. Now, this lets you print without the menus. So this is very useful if you want to print records. It lets you print without having to print the menus and other UI elements on the on your user interface. So you just print the actual record you're about to print. Then we have logout. This lets you safely log out of the platform when you are done with your work. Now, this, all what we just talked about, is, like I said earlier, this is the banner frame, and these are the tabs and menus on the banner frame. Then here we have the content frame, which is below the banner frame, right? This is where the real work happens. Whether you're filling out a form, viewing a list of incidents, or analyzing a dashboard, list view, or form view, or dashboard, or report, this is where you see all that in the content frame. All of these elements together form the core UI. So let's recap. The banner frame, which is this, right? The banner frame gives you global controls, your logo, your user menu, which is here, your notifications, your contextual app pill, your global search and application scope, and your tabs, which is the all menu, the favorite, history, admin, and workspaces. The application navigator provides search, favorite, history, application menus, and admin access. The content frame is your workspace, where you get to see your lists, your forms, your dashboards, and your records or reports. Now, the collaboration and analytic tools like Sidebar Discussion, which is here, and Page Analytics, which is here, enhances teamwork and insight. And together, these elements make the ServiceNow Core UI intuitive, structured, and powerful. Once you understand how they interact, you will navigate the platform with ease. Thank you for joining me on this full walkthrough. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more ServiceNow tutorials. See you in the next video.